You've just got a letter from CRA asking you to pay thousands of dollars in tax for a year that isn't even finished. It's not a bill, and you're not in trouble. Let's look at CRA installment reminders and what to do about it. Now, why did you get it in the first place? The answer is your tax filing history. Your tax owing was over $3,000 in one of the last couple of years, and CRA is assuming that'll be the case again this year. Nothing personal, nothing you did wrong. CRA is just asking you to prepay this year's tax. Now, why would your tax owing be that high? Especially if you're withholding tax as you should be on what your PC pays you. It's generally going to be one of three things. First, your payroll withheld too little tax from your salary or bonus. Or, second, your PC is paying you dividends, which have no tax withheld at all. Or, lastly, which I see a lot, you're earning other income personally, usually investment income, which has little to no tax withheld. So, what is this letter really? This is one of the very few times CRA asks you for money and it isn't a demand. It's just a polite suggestion to pay. The amounts they're asking for are based on your past returns, and every dollar of installments you pay count toward your final tax bill. This is a prepayment, it's not an additional tax. So you open up the letter, you really have two choices. You can either pay the printed amounts exactly as CRA specified. If you pay those amounts on time, CRA can't charge you installment interest, even if your income jumps and your actual tax owing ends up being much higher. Or, your second option, you can pay according to your own estimate of this year's tax owing. And yes, that can include zero, doing nothing and just ignoring this letter. Either way, you will settle your true tax bill at the end of April. Now, estimates are tricky. For a typical PC where you're bonusing down corporate income, your personal income is largely decided near year end based on your corporate numbers. So forecasting your personal tax owing mid-year is genuinely hard. That is why the low stress default is just paying the amounts printed on the letter. What happens if you guess wrong? If your tax owing lands at $3,000 or less at the end of the year, that means you didn't have to pay tax installments after all. Yes, you would still have to pay any tax owing. This is just looking at the installment part of things. But what if you remitted too much in installments? Well, you'll get it back as a tax refund when you file. And what if you remitted too little? CRA charges interest from each missed date. As of today, their current rate is 7%, compounded daily, so it can add up. Now, your PC doesn't want to be left out of the fun, so it has installments too, and they work much the same way. Once its corporate tax owing passes $3,000, installments are generally due. But there's a few differences here worth noting. There's no CRA letter here. Your accountant calculates these, and the installment amounts are generally going to be in your year-end reporting package. Also, since it's based on history, a brand new PC owes no installments in its first year. And if you're bonusing down your PC's taxable income, your corporate tax is generally going to be low, so your PC's installments are usually going to be small or not required. That's why most of the installment questions I get are on the personal side, not corporate. Lastly, Alberta collects its corporate tax directly, and your accountant's letter should specify those amounts too. Now, here's what I typically recommend. If your personal income is steady or increasing, pay the printed amounts. It's clean and you're done. If your personal income has dropped or you're not sure, talk to your accountant to figure out how much you should pay, if anything. Lastly, I have some clients who really don't like getting scary mail. If that's you and every brown CRA envelope makes you nervous, a way to avoid this whole installment guessing game is by cranking up your tax withholdings from payroll during the year. Your total tax doesn't change at all. You're just prepaying it through payroll. So your April tax bill shrinks or even becomes a refund. And eventually the installment reminders stop. It's always an option. I just thought I would mention it. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.